Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room. So in the last video I was talking about the scrapbooking event and I was like, yeah, we're probably not going to be able to go because we have a lot to do, but we were able to go. It was so exciting. So this was actually my first crafting convention, expo, whatever you want to call it, show, I guess, event in general, actually. Just, I haven't done any besides, well, I've held a card making class, but that's at the library, so a little different, but this, oh my gosh, it was so fun. Quick little look at the program here. So it was actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I had gone to hair shows for cosmetology, so I kind of had a little bit of an expectation, I guess, and this was nowhere near the size. It was kind of like a country fair in a way, but like compared to the cosmetology, the hair show, yeah, it was definitely a lot smaller. It was more rustic. I love when people use that word to describe, So, actually, I don't even know how many booths they had in general. I probably should have looked that up. I do have a shorts video coming up. I don't know if you guys have already seen that yet or not. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put that in. They had a separate crop room area. It was all like one big warehouse. If you've ever been like in the antique shows, it's the same buildings. It's just they put booths up for the crafting stuff. And then you'll see in the video, they had a DJ set up for the crop event. It was funny. Like the music, it was just so odd. I kind of wish they had somebody like crafting and they had it like up on the projector or something and it was just kind of a live crafting event so that you could crop along with or something. But I know they had classes, so maybe that was kind of, my husband was like, maybe they took a break and just put some music on, but it was like such weird music. It was strange. But it was funny, so I guess that works. I was so excited to see oh my gosh, cheap scrapbook stuff was there. I really didn't think so because they're up in Chicago. So I was like, wait, hold up. And I was really surprised that Simon wasn't there. Simon Says Stamp, considering they're in Columbus. So I was like, they're gonna be like the showrunner, right? No, they weren't even there. So that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, wait, hold up. This is completely different than what I thought it was going to be. It was $8 to get in, and we got a free sticker. Actually, let me grab that. My husband got one too, so we got a free sticker sheet from Quick Quotes Scrapbook Co., and this is called Main Street. You make my soul shine. Find the joy in the journey. The best things in life are the people we love, the places we've been, and the memories we made along the way. Bless this family. Heart, laughter, smile, love always. Being happy never goes out of style. And we got 2 of those. Actually, it doesn't even feel like a sticker. I think you might have to just cut them out. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I wasn't expecting a freebie or anything, so that was pretty nice. And I really wasn't thinking they were going to have make and takes because of all the stuff that was going on. So I was kind of excited to see that they were doing that. The make and takes were quite weird. From my understanding, when you have an expo or a show, the whole point is for the person to be able to see the product in use and to get an experience with it so that they want to take it home, like they want to buy it. kind of like the QVC shows. Was it Crafter's Companion, I think, is the crafting one. They'll, sit down, do a product or use products on a project, and then that makes the person want to go and buy it. Um, and then it has the product like listed right there. So then they call or they go online and they buy the product. But for this one, it seemed like the make and takes were a little bit more of just kind of like an afterthought. Well, I only did 2, so I don't know. Maybe the other ones were. But I ended up, I took a lot of time on the 2 that I went to, so I didn't really have the time to go to the other ones. But we did. Well, I did. My husband came, and then some of his, one of his work buddies came with his girlfriend. So they all kind of sat around. Oh, and then there was a gun show right next door, so they ended up going to that. So I did all my make and takes solo. Let me grab. It's in this one. So the first make and take I did, I know that I should probably title this like haul and something. I don't know. It'll be something. Because obviously it's not just the haul. So if you want, you can like skip towards the end and that might be the haul. I don't know. This video will be out of whack. But so for the cheap scrapbook stuff, I always want to say .com because that's just how, it rings in my mind now because I always shop online. They had this, oh my gosh, this is such a cute stamp. In the video, the shorts video, you'll probably see I took a photo with the stamp set. It's like Hop to It or something by Photo Play. It is adorable. It was so tempting to get it, and I loved working with it. So I went ahead and just stamped the basket with the little bunny butt. And then they had 2 separate sentiments. It was wishing you a happy Easter and then wishing you a happy spring, I think. And I chose wishing you a happy Easter. And then I did the carrot and the egg. I kind of wish I got the stamp set. It was awesome. Oh, and then this was actually my first time playing with Spectrum Noirs and the Nuvo markers. So I definitely like my Winsor & Newtons. Those are what I use. And Copic. I should do another updated video on all of my alcohol markers and all my coloring mediums. Because I feel like things have changed a bit and like I kind of know solid how I like my coloring things. But the Spectrum Noirs weren't bad. I feel like they're definitely like beginner friendly and perfect if you're on a budget and you want a lot of colors. I would say that's pretty great. Trying to think. Like it definitely doesn't fit my style of coloring as well. I would say it definitely is more of like if you want stark contrast, you should go with Spectrum Noirs. But the Spectrum Noir glitter, or no, they're the shimmer pens, I think they're called. They're almost like a watercolor brush, and they are awesome. They were so fun to try out. You guys know my love of watercolor, so it was kind of like right up my alley. And then I also used a different product, and it's the Nuvo glitter markers, which actually I'll go ahead and just show you now. So the haul, I guess, is just going to go along with how my experience went. So the Nuvo glitter markers, I ended up going ahead and picking up the set of 3, and it really wasn't that expensive. It was like $12. Oh, the one thing about the show I noticed, all of the prices were like crazy high. They were at least $2 higher than what you would pay online. I think, but also the thing is with crafting supplies in general right now is the prices are just skyrocketing. So I can't see, I didn't buy much because I was like, I'm not paying that price, but also I'm on a budget. So Most people are, I would think. I think it gets a little bit tempting when you're kind of in that environment because you're like, oh, I want to try all the new stuff. I want to. Well, actually, there wasn't even really much new stuff from the product lines that I've known. It was more of you saw so many different labels. There were so many different companies. I was like, wow, like this stamp company and this stamp company I have never seen before. So it was really cool to be able to see new product. And oh, one stamp set line was so cute. Oh, I have a picture or a video in the shorts that I'll put in there. And it is, what was it? Was it Petticoat Parlor? No, that's not right. I can't remember. Because I think I would have seen their make and take. So I don't think it was that. It was something else, I think. It was something with a bunch. Oh, there were a bunch of like Cricut cutouts that they had put together, and they were selling them for like $5 to $6, and I didn't quite understand that. I I guess for like avid scrapbookers, I can understand. You're making a specific theme, you're making a specific layout. You want that, that specific item, that focal point. But for me, as kind of just a general crafter and more of a card maker too, it was way out of my budget. I was like, nah. Like, I would rather, buy the die and cut out my own stuff, you know, as much as I need for however many crafts or cards I'm doing. So it was a little bit different how, like, it was definitely more geared towards scrapbooking, I feel. But I feel like that's always how it's been. Card making has been kind of the the branch of the tree. It's like you have scrapbooking and then you have card making that you use, the leftover scrapbooking stuff that you have. So, and that's normally how people get into it anyway. But okay, I'm rambling. So I used the hold on, let me see here. I'm having a hard time remembering. I think. Okay, so this yellow, it had a yellow. Come on. It had a yellow Spectrum Noir, and then I used a glitter pen on top of it, which are these guys that I was having up here. And then on this one, I think that was the shimmer pen. So it didn't even really give too much shimmer, I would say, but it was more of like a watercolor brush. It was very pretty. I liked it. So, oh, and like this pink one right here, that was a shimmer pen. I think the blue too. And then over here, I used the, oh, look at that. I used the glitter marker from Nuvo to add that detailing. And then, oh no, I think the pink one is the glitter marker as well. So it's the blue that's the shimmer brush from Spectrum Noir. But then I also, look at that. I did oh my gosh, I did a purple edging with one of the glitter markers from Nuvo, and I think that's what sold me. Like, oh my gosh, that just looks so good. I was just like, I got done with them, and I was like, I wish that I had the stuff to make a card with these right now. I was just so excited for it. I was like, yes, like, let's make a card. But I had to wait. I was like, some purple or maybe some yellow. So I went ahead and grabbed the markers. I was sold by using them. So I think they're going to be really fun. I was just going to get the two that I used, the orange and the purple, and I was like, oh, it's kind of more cost effective really to get another, just the pack. So, excuse me, oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. I ended up going with the purple. It's the Northern Lights. I almost went with the tropical, but I think I really wanted the pink. And I love the purple, and I was like, green, I can actually, I use green all the time, so it works out. Like, it worked out really well. Okay, so the next make and take I ended up not, hold on. I ended up not buying anything, and I really regret that. I wish I would have gotten, they had a set of like a box set of intro to Bible journaling or something. And I was like, oh, that would have been so cool to do with you guys. And now I regret it. It was like that, last minute, last thing that I did, and it didn't get done. So, but I went to the Faith and Art shop. I guess it's by Logos Bookstore. I think she said it was in either Canton or Akron. I can't quite remember. But they provided a little, it's called a practice canvas for Bible art journaling. So oh my gosh, the lady there, she was so sweet. I talked to her. I was like, I don't, I don't really do Bible journaling on my channel, as you guys see. And I've talked to you guys about this before too. And I was like, it feels a little strange for me to do it because I feel like it's kind of more of a personal thing. But, she kind of talked me into it, and she, if you guys are interested, I can do that, I think it's one of those things where it frightens me to share, certain aspects. But over the years, I've definitely been able to get out of that, and I've shown you guys more. So I feel like maybe we can start moving into the Bible journaling. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we've done just normal journaling, so I feel like maybe it's always the fear of stepping on toes, the fear of, offending someone, because this stuff, it's very personal. Um, that's kind of it. Like, it's just, I always feel like it's a very subjective thing. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be interested? Um, and like to what extent? That's a good question right there. So, she did a little demo, and she, kind of let us do free reign. So it was really nice. I kind of did a more rainbow and sunshine themed spread here. Oh, this is not. There we go. So she had some stamps out, she had washi tape out, she had paints out. She had different products out that you could use. Oh, and I am in love with them. They are just so cool. And like the color schemes were just awesome. I kind of knew I wanted to go with a rainbow theme because that's one of the promises, and we're talking about floods and then the birth of Jesus. So it was that kind of was where my mind went. So I kind of went with the rainbow, and they had this awesome brush stamp, and I went ahead and did that, and I kind of did like the clouds and then a rainbow coming out like like God's painting the rainbow in a way, but also it connects because, being creative and painting, and it connects you with God, I feel. Or it connected me for sure. So, and then of course I had to add a little bit of Christmas because we have, you know, we have that right on in there. And we just used a bunch of different washies and whatnot. It was really fun. And it was good to sit down and talk with people about it and share that creativity through that. So that's going to be fun. What I'm thinking is if I share it with you guys, I might just start a whole new journal. I think that would be fun, and just kind of go with it. Be like our Bible journal, But, so those were the 2 make and takes that I did. I so wish I would have bought that box. But I feel like there's always going to be regrets. It's always that, last minute, like, oh, dang. Let's see. I didn't really go to too many booths. I kind of stayed away from, was it like the, actually, here, let me go over here. I stayed away from here. I didn't even go into here. I was more, because like I could see kind of, bits and pieces, and I was like, I don't want to buy stamps. I don't want to buy really much. Because I've amassed my craft room so much that I'm like, I don't really need it. And plus, something I've found is just most stamp companies just do kind of the basics, and it's their style of it. So it's very hard for me to justify buying a stamp set if I already have something similar to it. And most of the time, I really just like sentiments. And it bugs me because I want to buy a stamp set, but I only want the sentiment. So I'm like, I can't justify buying the stamp. It doesn't make sense. So, but I did go ahead and stop at the Creative Creations, the Want to Scrap, of course, the Faith in Art. I didn't get to actually shop in there. I wish I would have. I went to the Cheap Scrapbook. I didn't get to the Petticoat. I think that's all I got to. Yeah. Actually, there was one other one, but I can't remember what it was called. But I have this stuff for it, so we'll talk about it. All right. Let me give you a quick, walkthrough of the booklet. It just has all of the stuff, all of the people that were going to be there. That person's from Florida? Holy moly. Yeah, Petticoat Parlors from Florida. Why are they making it all the way up here? Some more. Oh, and then here are the classes. Vellum seahorses. Interesting. Then the descriptions. You can always pause and zoom if you need to, if you want to, actually look. And there we go. So now we have the haul portion, I guess. Although I've already kind of started. I really kind of went with the intent of only buying a few things. And I feel like I kind of succeeded. I bought a little bit more than I should have, but you know, you kind of have to, right? All right, let me see. Okay, so from this store, I ended up buying that was Petticoat Parlor. I didn't see their make and take. Dang, I wish I would have, because they had, some cute stuff. They had this little Glossy Accents. It was, that small. So here, let me show you the normal size Glossy Accents. And it was, that. It was adorable. I was like, it's perfect, because this is the first one that I bought. And I bought this 2 years ago, I think. And, I've only got that much down. I feel like a little one would have made more sense. But it also would have been perfect for all those croppers, if you wanted to buy that just to have on hand. That would have been perfect. But they had a bunch of scrapbook layouts, die cuts, all the, the Cricut stuff. And, they had some really cool ones. But I was like, I can't justify buying one to make a card with. It's like a $10 card. But, and then also I didn't have anybody to send them to. So it was, although people are always like, create to create. So Yeah. But they did have this stencil. They had a whole bunch of different stencils of Disney, all the Fab Five. And I went ahead and picked up the Mickey. And it says Magic. I almost picked up the Minnie, but I was like, nah, I feel like Mickey is the one that I would be using the most. They also had this. This was very intriguing to me. This is a stamp applicator, I guess they're calling it. But it has like a little knob. I feel like this would be so good for, the ability people who have, maybe arthritis or something. And I'm always really interested in that kind of stuff because, doing art is therapy. And if you have some type of, issue, you still want to be able to craft, and you should be able to craft. So that way you can keep working with your hands and your mind. So I always like to, whenever I see something new that I've never seen before, I want to try it out and see how it is. And then that way, if somebody does ask me, what kind of tools do you use, or what kind of ability tools that are out there, that way I kind of have a little bit of knowledge. But I think it'll be cool. Just kind of a little knobby acrylic block. My little knobby one. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to here. All right. So I went to the Want to Scrap booth. It was kind of the same. It was the same stuff everywhere. Can I just say that? The Want to Scrap, I have a little bit of an issue with. I felt a certain way about the person running it. It was very awkward. It was very much the vibe of, I don't want to be here. I don't want to interact with you. I don't want to take your money. Like, it was that vibe. And I think if I wouldn't have already, picked it out, I wouldn't have bought it. I wish I would have, but anyway. But they had a lot of stuff. They had kind of a variety. They had a lot of bling. They had a lot of like little trinketsy stuff, charms, bling. I just said bling. But like individual bling too. They had the die cuts. They had wood pieces. I had just like a little bit of everything. And well, I had already gotten some things from a different shop, these little sprinkles, and I had seen them, and they had some really cool ones in there that I haven't seen before. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it's like a little shaker mix, but of course I'm going to take them out and add them to my own shaker mixes like I do. But I like all the different textures and shapes and sizes. So I went ahead and just got, and they had, they had a buy 4 get 1 free, and it said that you get a free bling as well, and it's already pre-packed or whatever, like they'll just give it to you. And I got up there, she, didn't seem any interested in me being there. And I was just like, I'm getting out of here as quick as I can. Like, I was like, nope, I want out. Like, so I was like, I just paid and left. And I was like, I don't even know if she's going to ring up my free sprinkle mix. I don't know if she's going to give me a free bling. She asked if I wanted a bag. I said, yes, please, if you have a small one. And she just, I don't know if she didn't hear me or if it was just a plain ignore. Like, I was like, I was so done. I was like, nope. I already had a big confrontation that week anyway, so I was just like, I'm not partaking in this. Like, I don't care about a free bling sheet like as much as, you know, that awkwardness allowed. But there was this one, it was pretty cool. I bought another mix, and I'm going to add that to it. I think it'll work really well. And then here's this one. And then we've got some little penguins here, which was good because I was debating getting some penguins. I'll show you those now. So I absolutely loved this booth. This is the BGM morebuttons.com. These sprinkles. And I love getting these from Simon. And I don't think I've seen them anywhere else. But I've been getting these ones, these Sequin Mixes from Simon, and they're from the Picket Fence studio, and I am in love with them. And I've been like spreading it over in different sequin mixes by, you know, kind of making my own sequin mix with it. So I wasn't planning on getting any of these. I was just going to get the little sprinkles. But this little guy, I saw him and I had to get him. Got some little Dracs, little vampires. And then look at this one. There's some little scissors in there. You guys know my obsession with scissors. Oh, and I saw some gold scissors the other day. My husband's like, you don't need any more scissors. I'm like, I need scissors. But I was going to get a penguin mix. And they were kind of similar to these. A little bit different. And I was like, you know, I probably won't use the penguins as much as I would just getting the snowflake pack. So I went ahead and got the snowflake pack. But then I ended up just getting the penguins at a different booth. So, but it worked out because it was a little cheaper. So those are my little snowflakes. Snowflakes. And then I got the kind of Halloween bunch, and it has that awesome spider web, and it has some candy corn and some jack-o'-lanterns. And then this one, it has our little ghosties, which are my favorite thing from that one pack, that one sequin mix that I had gotten from the Picket Fence. I also love the Picket Fence containers. I'm obsessed with those. But and then it has those little swirls and the moons and I think bats. Yeah. And then I got a Christmas one because as you guys know, I'm doing all out Christmas and Halloween this year. And I'm creating a bunch of stuff for my Etsy shop. So I wanted to go ahead and get a lot of Christmas and Halloween stuff that I hadn't seen online. So that was kind of my goal going in. So these ones are some little gingerbread men houses and then some little, they look like those sugar cookie cutouts with like a little candy cane in them. And I figured what would be really cool is if I added this to the gingerbread because it has those little brown like ginger cutouts. I think that would be cool. Or maybe doing, I think they had one using the gingerbread and they did a green and gold. But I feel like I would probably do a red and gold. But it'll, you know, I've still got time to figure that one out. But I'm loving those. They're so fun. And from that store, oh, this is the store, hold on, Creative Creations. So I love them. Oh, they have a kit club. Oh, okay. So it's just well, it says virtual class. But then it ships kits. I don't know. I'll have to look into them because I really liked them. And they had 49 market, which is kind of hard to find. So it'll be cool to see. Where are they based? I guess I could do this on my own. Do this later. They are from, oh, they're from Texas. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense as to why they had like more of the foreign. They had Crafter's Companion. I didn't see that. They had a Stamperina? Oh, actually, I have a product. I went ahead and grabbed this Stamperia. It's the Arctic Ice. And I'm assuming it's like not a mousse, but a gel. And you do like your stenciling with it. And I think that's going to be so cool. I kind of wonder if I need to use a water-based paste spread with spatula. Suitable for all surfaces. I wonder if I have to use a heat tool on it. Because I feel like on the mousses you have to. Or maybe that's just the crackle. Oh, I can't quite remember. But I'll play around with that. Because there's like on a snowflake stencil. How pretty. Oh, I'm so excited for that. And then... So this was actually the first booth that I went to. Like, technically. I went to Cheap Scrapbook just to kind of get the feel of it, but it was like so packed. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come back. And then, so I ended up going to the Creative Creations. I keep blanking on that name. I don't know why. So I went to the Creative Creations and I was like, gosh dang it, I want everything. I was like, Graphic 45, 49 Market, Stamperia, like, it's all my favorites. And then all the sprinkles and the Sequin Mixes, and I was just like, and the Nuvo drops. They had a whole section of Nuvo drops, and I'm looking for a black Nuvo drop, and I cannot find any anywhere. The closest I found on their wall was a Midnight Sky, I think it was called, but I think they were all out. I couldn't find it on their wall. So either it's a very hard thing to make, like, ingredients wise, and like they just haven't found the formula, or it just keeps selling out and I can't find it anywhere. But I did go ahead and grab the Silver Moon Dust, and I figured that would kind of work really well. As you guys know, if you guys have been around since last Christmas, I got the Nuvo drops in my one paper crate? Crate paper? I don't. Paper crate, I think. The paper crate. That box, that kit, they had the Nuvo drops, and I fell in love with them. And now I'm like, I feel like I have to get into them. And I'm still like on that weird verge, because like when they first come out, I was like, too expensive, not for me, a whole list of things. But now I'm like, enamel dots are too expensive. If I get this product, I can at least control it. I can, have not multiple uses of it, I guess. So I'm like, now I'm on board with the Nuvo drops just because of the price of enamel dots going up. So now I'm like, Nuvo. But I also went ahead and grabbed this 49 and Market, the Gabby's Square Stitch stamp set. I thought this was so cool. I mean, of course, I love the quilting aspect of it, but just for squares, I don't think I have very many square stamps. So I thought that would be really cool, especially with all of my... I love making square cards. 3x3 note cards, easel cards, like, just squares are something, they get me. So I figured that would be a really cool, fun stamp to have. I think, yeah, they should be separate stamps. They're not just one big one. So it would be cool to kind of mix and match. And then it came with this, and I'm not, I have a lot of musical people in my husband's family, and his friends are very musical, but I don't really send them cards very often. So that's one thing, is like I don't really have very many people's addresses. But also, I feel like sometimes people don't want cards. At least that's the vibe I get. But then also it feels like I don't know. This is a long rant that probably is not quite full-fledged. So it's a very awkward conversation right there. But I really loved this. I don't know. I feel like I've seen her name before, Polacco, but I can't quite grab where I've seen that before. But I loved that. That was so cool. And there's something a little bit different about having like somebody's, specific design, like it's that person's stamp. There's something a little bit different about that than just having someone's one, just kind of in the theme of something relevant. So I thought that was cool. Now, the graphic 45. Oh, I was so tempted. I almost bought the new Bee collection and the Cottage Life collection off of cheapscrapbookstuff.com when they sent me the email. I was like, oh, I want it so bad. But I held my ground, and then I got faced with it in person. I was like, ooh. Oh, and the safari one that they have out right now too. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And I can't. Ooh. that feeling of like, I want it, but I gotta say no. There's only so many things I can buy. But I did go ahead and purchase this. It called to me. I love Graphic 45 so much. This is the deluxe collector's edition of Time to Flourish. And I just thought it would be so cool because it has all of the different months and seasons. So I was like, okay, I can justify this. I can justify it in my head. And it was only $30 for, it's expensive. But it has a lot in it. So I was like, okay. We're okay. And I showed it to my husband and he's like, yes. And I was like, okay. Enabler, but okay. It was like, I was hoping it would be like, do you really need that? Do you really? And he was like, buy what you want. Like, buy it. And I was like, you're not helping. But it has such pretty, oh, and then like the Halloween, oh, I'm so excited about that. So I think it'll be really fun. And the Valentine's one, oh, it's so pretty. So I haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to do with that. Of course, I feel like I have to make a calendar because it goes hand in hand. But also, I don't know yet. I think it'll have its time. And then, of course, mini pocket letters came to mind. I'm like, oh, I could just do a mini pocket letter for each one. Oh. The mini pocket letters are always on the brain. So, I'm pretty sure that's everything. All of my hauling. I probably spent upwards of like $200, maybe even $300. I don't even know. We're not gonna talk about that. Oh, I did have a lot of self-restraint though, so I feel better about that. Let me bring everything in. Do one last overview of all of the stuff that I got. And of course, make sure to head on over and look at the little shorts video that I'm going to be putting up. It'll have kind of an overview of the actual layout. Some of the different stores and just a little bit of a peek into what was going on. I absolutely love that. Definitely some big regrets. Like, I wish I would have bought that bunny stamp. I mean, I wish I would have bought all of those. Like, just the whole set. They are amazing. um, Let me see. Probably, of course, the Graphic 45. I would have bought more of those. I would have bought more of those. I would have bought a few of the Cricut designs. Like, oh, it is so hard to say no though in there. You're just in such a good environment. You're with people who love the same things that you love, who love doing the same things. It just, and then all of the product just, oh, it looks so good. You're just like, I want to create right now. So yes, sell me everything. It was a lot of fun. I definitely, I want to do some more. And I think it would be so fun if we could, meet up and get a craft table together and just crop all day. Oh, that would be so fun. So maybe one day we'll get there. I feel like the last 3 years I've just been, nope, nope, nope. But maybe one day. One day we'll see. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I talked about my experience and showed you all of my hauls. I know it kind of it feels a little weird, but oh, you know how it is. You just want to share your love, right? So, thank you guys so much. I hope you are having a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.